Hello, I'm Kelly Linder, and I'm happy to be part of a new Seventh-day Adventist training program called Prophetic Apologetics, a course that concentrates on intensely strengthening the laity's knowledge of this movement's unique prophetic message. And it has been noted that when members understand deeper the details of our prophetic identity, authentic revival is the result, inspiring a serious desire to share these truths. And that's where natural friendship evangelism comes in. Statistics testify that this form of witnessing is by far the most loving and effective of all other methods. In fact, if you take into consideration all of the seminars, books, tracts, and media efforts, only about 5 to 25% of all new members result from those means, compared to 75 to 95% resulting from natural friendship evangelism. Now, moving on to our actual studies, the first topic of our course, the Great Mystery, is the most vitally important subject any Christian can know in terms of truly comprehending the gospel. There will be two presentations covering this topic. Number one, the great controversy, and number two, the everlasting gospel. There are some very important points that I need to establish, and you'll understand why as we move on in our study. First of all, angels in heaven have free will. Without free will, individuality is impossible, and angels would be mere automatons. But Revelation 12:4 informs us that Satan's tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and threw them to earth. Satan's angels, exercising free will, left their place in heaven to follow the deceiver. Rebellion is unfeasible without free will. Second of all, angels do not possess all knowledge. God has not programmed angels with all there is to know. This too would be a violation of free will and individuality. Therefore, it's safe to say that angels observe, learn, and make judgments just like all intelligent beings. In 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10 through 12, we read that when it comes to the details of the plan of salvation, angels themselves are looking into these things. What are they doing? They're seeking to have a clear conception of God's character of love. Incidentally, speaking of those angels who rebelled, it never would have happened had they possessed all knowledge. Their knowledge would have informed them of the outcome. This brings up a question in regards to the great mystery. Why did God keep it hidden? Ephesians 3:9 calls it a mystery that which from the beginning of the ages has been hidden in God. This is something God couldn't solve without certain conditions being in place first. That is, aside from programming it into the minds of the angels, which he does not do. Something we'll understand clearer as we move on is that Satan, based on the great mystery, built a case against God. Due to this blind spot, something even Satan didn't know, he was able to spin an allegation against God that was so sophisticated and unable to be disproven that he was able to convince a countless number of angels to follow him. Did these angels lack intelligence? If so, then God would be the blame for the existence of sin and the calamity that followed. No. Angels, despite not possessing all the knowledge in the universe, are still intelligent beings. Yet many bought into Satan's campaign. The loyal angels obviously stuck by God with the attitude that we've never had a reason to distrust God before, and we won't start now. If it isn't broke, don't fix it. This is a great mystery, but we believe God would solve it. He did.